everybody to introduce themselves, and then we'll take apologies after that. Thank you.
Well, Peter Marie, I'm present here. The Freedom Front style is in the air. That's why I go first.
Good morning, Chairperson and members and other colleagues. Wendy Philander.
Good morning, Chairperson and officials. Regan Allen.
Good morning, Chair, members, and all the support staff. It's Cameron Dugmore. Hope we have a good and a short meeting.
Up to you, Member Dugmore.
Goeiemôre almal, Dylan Mitchell.
Goeiemôre almal. Member Brinkhuis. Dank u.
Brinkhuis. Is that everybody in the meeting this morning? Members, is that everybody in the meeting? Lizette, Wasima, can you just put the agenda on the screen so that members can follow it with us, please? Colleagues, can you hear me?
Yes, Chair, I hear you loud and clearly.
Yes, Chairperson.
Okay, do we have any apologies for this morning?
None, Chair.
None. Okay, we're going to start with a consideration of the draft report, 2019-2020 annual report. Wasima, can you put that draft report on the screen, please, so the members can follow with us on the screen?
It's Lizette. I'll share it now. Wasima, we're going to share it. I can share it quickly, Wasima. Thank you.
Thank you, members. This document was circulated, but we can go through it. Top part of page 1, you can go through section 2. Just go to the concern section, 3.1, Wasima. Just go up again, yeah. Go down. Wasima, I can't remember if it's at this meeting or the meeting after this that we requested of the policy of the guidelines for staff working from home during the state of disaster management. Was it at this meeting or the meeting after this meeting?
Chair, I don't recall a matter like that. It did not come up in the COVID, one of the COVID meetings. Maybe Lizette can just...
Lizette, was that in the ad hoc committee of the standing committee on COVID-19?
It was actually in the standing committee, in this committee. Okay. I remember actually made a note of that because this was a lot bad. Yeah, so I think we can just add it, Wasima. When we adopt it, we're going to adopt it with an amendment. I'll just check the proper wording.
Okay, no, that's fine. Number 5, let's go down to the conclusion. Member Dugmore?
Yeah, Chair, I think we can all notice that we still need to put a date by when this information should be provided to the committee. Are you going to do that at the end of going through the report? Because we just have to...
do it at the end, but generally they do provide it within 14 days. But but we will ask them, but we can put a date to it. It's fine.
Okay, so what should we say? 14 days from today?
Yes.
Okay. Which would be the 16th.
22nd.
Sorry?
We'll ask the coordination just to work it out for us, but it'll be 14 days from today.
Sure, we don't count weekends.
Weekends, yes, working days, yeah. Go down to number 5, Wasima. Thank you. Members, can we adopt the report as is with amendments?
I'm happy with the report, sir.
Thank you. Let's go to the meeting of the 7th of December. We can just flight those minutes, please. Member Duckworth, your hand up.
Oh, no, I must take it down again. It was, thank you.
Thank you. Members, you want to add anything to these minutes? I can't remember. The report's very straightforward of the day.
Chairperson?
Yeah.
We will be coming to the resolutions of this meeting because we would just like to formally record the minority view in terms of the rules, yeah.
Okay, noted, Member Dugmore. If we can go, can we adopt this report, members? The minutes of that meeting.
Moving for adoption, Chairperson.
Thank you. Let's go to the next item. Quarterly report, October to December 2020.
But Chair, sorry, Chair, just on a point of order, could you explain at what point you're going to formally ask the committee, you know, have you recorded my minority view? Is that recorded already?
As far as I know, your minority rule was recorded in the meeting of the day, Member Dugmore. Or do you want it noted?
Yeah, because then it doesn't seem to be, if that was the case, it's not reflected in the minutes.
Wasima, can you just flight the minutes again, please? What is that?
Is it? Are you there?
I'm trying. I closed it, but
Okay.
let me just open it again.
Okay, I can open, if you want me to do it, I can do it. Just find the right minutes. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
It's
all good,
not-
Chairperson.
Can you see my screen?
See the screen.
Not too clear, Chairperson, but yes.
Okay, should I make it better now?
Oh, no.
Now it's disappeared.
Yes,
There's
yes,
back
thanks, Chair.
I shared it now, Member Mackenzie.
Okay, so should I stop my sharing?
Chair, could I just, it obviously doesn't reflect there, but you know, my understanding was that at this meeting today, the report is there, the minutes are there, but the actual putting of the question, because
No,
this
no,
report,
member. No, Member Dugman, you had the wrong process. No, this was the annual report input. I think you're referring to the adjustment budget where we either.
No, no. No, I'm actually referring to the annual report.
So what do you want recorded in the minutes? If you can just
I
help
see.
me.
So you raise, goodness me. So you're raising the issue of that when you deal with a vote, maybe
With
the
a vote,
procedural,
yes,
yeah, the procedural officers can, because look, from now, basically this report will be tabled, and will we not debate these reports? Are we not going in the chain?
Member Doug, sorry, Member Mitchell, your hand was up.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think I think we can ask the procedural officers for guidance. But my understanding is that an annual report is debated and deliberated in a committee, and thereafter it's captured as such. But the agreement or the putting the question is only for a budget.
That's exactly what I said.
Sorry,
yeah,
can they clarify that? I'm very sorry. I think my memory has caught up with me. But essentially, then we've just simply noted these reports. Yeah, if you look there, we've just noted the report, so that's not an issue of putting a question.
Yeah, we discussed these reports. We're requesting for information.
Yeah.
What you're referring to is actual budget or adjustment budget. But I see there's a hand from Lizette up. Lizette, you can go.
Good morning, members. Good morning, Chairperson, Member Dagmore. You're quite right. We are basically adopting the report, and then the process thereafter would be that the programming will then schedule the votes for discussion in the House. And at that stage, the different parties will then deliberate on the various reports of the respective standing committees. But that is the process you can follow for this annual report period currently.
Thank you.
That's absolutely right. Can we continue with the last section, Wasima? Wendy, sorry, you wanted to say something?
No, Chair, sorry.
Okay, let me mute you. Page 1, if you can just go down. Members, just check page 2. This is just the work that we've done. So just make sure that you are present or not present at the meeting. Page 3, you can go down to page 4. Page 5. Just get one up quickly, Wasima or Lizette. I just want to see which member was there. Oh, Member Tlejo, okay. You can go down. Down to page 5. You can go down. Thank you. Page 10. You can go down, Lizette, or is that the last page?
That's the last page, Chairperson, which is the detailed expenditure of the committee.
Thank you very much. Members, any further actions or resolutions arising from those three documents that we have not noted?
Nothing from my side, Chairperson.
Nothing from my side, Chair.
Anything else you wish to raise at this meeting?
Thank you, Chair. Chair, just in...
sorry, Member Dagmar Lizette?
Yes, good morning, Chairperson. Member Dagmar, and through you, Chairperson and members, I just also want to add, if Member Dagmar would like to be noted in the minutes, because we're adopting a report that Member Dagmar has a minority view with regards to this report, we can actually note that in today's minutes, since we are adopting the report as well. So we can have the process of the House where the votes are, and Wasima can basically also indicate this in the minutes of today, that Member Dagmar has a minority view with regards to this report, and then just give a motivation or a reason why.
Yeah.
Chair, can I address you? I think we should ask Honourable Member Dagmar, because he seemed to have indicated he understands the process now, as it was actually explained, that this is actually just confirmation virtually of what already transpired, and the debate itself will go with the votes come up in the legislature. So let's hear from Honourable Dagmar whether he wants what the Honourable Member Philander suggested.
Yeah, I think it's
Maria, I'm giving you a bit of latitude there, but Member Dagmar was actually on the floor. Okay, Member Dagmar.
No problem. I think that is helpful from Honourable Marais. No, I think the process was clarified. Essentially, if one looks at the minutes, we've simply discussed, we've asked questions, we've asked for information. We haven't been asked whether we support, the annual report or not. And I think in that context, Honourable Marais is correct. So to our senior procedural officer, thanks for raising that, but I think we can just leave it, given that the minutes do not reflect a decision of the committee. They just basically note the discussion and the points raised. I just, Chair, if you don't mind, all I wanted to raise was that I noted on the 7th of Jan, or I think it was the 8th of Jan, there was a tabling in the House on a constitutional amendment bill to the Western Cape Provincial Constitution, plus another item of legislation, I think called the biodiversity, although I don't think that would resort under our committee. Could you just clarify for us as the chair, where are we in regard to the bill to amend the provincial constitution, and when? Because I've been trying to get hold of the bill, but there's simply a tabling. I did also do some follow-up with the committee coordinators, but just from you as the chair, what is your understanding of when our committee is going to start dealing with that amendment to the constitution? Thanks.
Okay, before I respond, I see Wasima's hand is up, because I know there's a program committee coming next week where these matters generally get discussed. But Wasima, you wanted to say something?
Yes, Chair, maybe we can just give the committee a background of where the bill is at. So at the moment, it is in the proofreading stage. The administration will be meeting this afternoon with the proofreading team, which consists of provincial language practitioner, myself, Lizette, and the Department of the Premier's legal advisor, as well as their language practitioner. So we will be having that process, and we are envisaging to have a briefing with the committee, because only once because the bill is in draft format now, we cannot distribute that bill to members yet until we have finalized the proofreading process, because there can be grammar issues and things like that that we have to clarify with the team. And once that bill is completed, we will, I'm just looking at the proofreading schedule, that in March we'd like to have a briefing to the committee should be briefed by the Department of the Premier once that bill is processed. So we're looking at the middle of March, right, Lizzie?
Yes, through you, Chairperson. We looked at the 17th of March which will be basically during the appropriation stage meetings. But we envisage that if all goes well with the proofreading, that our first initial briefing will be set in March.
Yeah, I think next week, Tuesday, we shall also get guidance from the programming committee member, Dr.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Procedural Officer Wasima Kamish Ahmad. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Seeing that no other matters, members, we can officially call this meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Chairman. It's so nice to see Honorable Dartmoor again in full flight.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Wasima and Lizette. We'll see you guys at the next meeting.
Thank you, Honorable Marais.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you, Chair.
Bye-bye.